This is KTUL, Tulsa's Channel 8 News at 5.
Tonight, a new push within the Manford community after several people found their loved ones' memorabilia in a burn pile just months ago. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Angelica Brown. Kim Jackson has the night off. One woman is encouraging families to get more involved to keep things like this from happening again. Channel 8's Lauren Partain spoke with her about an upcoming meeting she's asking people to attend. Lauren.
Angelica, the Oak Hill Cemetery is the only cemetery in the Manford area, which can take a lot of work to keep up. After the previous incident there that left many families outraged, one woman tells me she has a plan. It's quiet and peaceful here at the Oak Hill Cemetery.
It was all gone.
But several months ago,
Try to stick this back in here.
Julie Rose and many others were outraged.
It looked bare, just bare.
Finding their mementos gone and placed in a burn pile.
A lot of these things are very personal to the family and friends. We just didn't feel that some of the stuff that was in the pile should have been there.
Since then, she says there's been better communication between the cemetery's board and the community. But this isn't the first time there's been issues.
This hasn't always been so well taken care of.
So she's going to do something about it.
Why sit here and complain that it's either not being mowed right or it's not doing this, it's not doing that? Well, I should come out here and, be involved and help rather than just sit and complain that somebody's not doing it right.
She's also asking others who want to make this place better to come to an upcoming cemetery board meeting.
I think it's going to take the community to help keep this nice.
Until then, she's going to keep doing the little things, like straightening up sites and picking up flowers blown away, hoping to be the change she says this cemetery needs.
These people aren't with us anymore, but it's so sad to me when a cemetery is just forgotten.
Rose says she's going to keep posting reminders on Facebook about the upcoming board meeting. It's on September 11th at 7 p.m. at the cemetery's chapel. She's encouraging everyone to come. Angelica?
Thanks, Lauren. A woman just trying to do a good deed by helping a man out with some spare change ends up robbed at knife point by the guy. Luckily, Tulsa police were able to arrest him. 39-year-old William McClaren approached the woman asking her for money. The woman says she got out some cash. McClaren pulled out a knife and demanded all of it. TPD says he takes the money and runs off. The woman was able to follow him and called police to tell him where he was hiding. Officers caught up with him in a nearby house, hiding in the backyard of a travel trailer, and arrested him. The woman got her money back. Tonight, a family continues their search for two family members missing for over a month. 17-year-old Jalen Zimmerman and his uncle Richard Garner went out fishing in Pawnee County on July 28th and never came home. The family says this is very out of character for the two of them and say they would have called if they planned to run away.
I don't know if I will ever see them again. I don't know if they're suffering or if they're hurting. I don't know if they're hungry. But I know they're not home.
The two were in a silver 2003 Chevy Avalanche with the plate number GNN690. If you have any tips, please call the Pawnee County Sheriff. This holiday weekend, many folks around the country are battling severe weather. There are more than 60 storms reported across 14 states just yesterday. This includes a massive storm that sparked tornado warnings across Michigan. Just to our north in Kansas, gusting winds hit 65 miles per hour. And in Wisconsin, the ground is already pretty soaked, but now they're getting pounded with even more rain.
We have this tree in the back of our yard that we're not so sure about because it's like 200 years old, so we're kind of worried that it might fall on our house.
On the East Coast, flooded roads in Pennsylvania leaving many folks stranded and forcing dozens of their homes. Here in Green Country, we're thankfully not seeing anything severe, but can we expect some rain for our Labor Day plans? Let's check in with meteorologist Caroline Brown for a look. Hey, Caroline.
Hey,
Yes, we are expecting to see some rain showers. Currently, we're dry in green country, but we are tracking some severe storms out west. Thankfully, they are not here. We have some puffy cumulus all around northeast Oklahoma. That's keeping us cool, only in the 80s. We've also got these breezy winds from the southeast. Feeling great out there, especially if you're in Sallisaw. A pop-up shower was going through Sequoia and cooled them down into the lower 80s. Now, those rain chances are going to stick around this evening, and we're going to be dropping into the 70s. But then for your Labor Day, we're going to be warming up only to 85, and we've got chances for scattered showers. I'll time out the showers in your Monday forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Angelica?
Thanks, Caroline. Senator John McCain laid to rest this afternoon at his alma mater, the U.S. Naval Academy. Mourners lining the roads in Maryland as his casket arrived. McCain buried next to his friend and former classmate, Admiral Chuck Larson. This following his funeral services yesterday, a touching tribute, but also a call for a politically divided nation to come together.
So much of our politics can seem small and mean and petty. John called on us to be bigger than that. He called on us to be better than that.
Missing from the services, President Trump. He was uninvited by the McCain family, and instead he spent his day golfing and firing off dozens of tweets about the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the Russia investigation. New information on the sonic attacks on U.S. diplomats in Cuba and China. Scientists now saying the bizarre, unexplained head injuries could have been caused by microwave weapons. A report back in March, based on the examinations of 21 diplomats who served in Cuba, didn't link the attacks to microwaves. But the study's lead author told the New York Times the diplomats likely suffered brain injuries and that microwaves are considered the culprit. Tonight, Washington's Catholic Archbishop asking for prayers of forgiveness. Cardinal Donald Wuerl holding mass as many call for his resignation. As Kim Hutchinson reports, this comes after a grand jury's report said he's at fault for covering up child abuse by clergy in Pennsylvania.
Where do we go in the light of so much that has bruised and hurt?
Washington's Catholic Archbishop addressing the so-called bruises left by allegations of sexual abuse by clergy members.
I wish I could redo everything over these 30 years as a bishop, and each time get it always right.
During morning mass on Sunday, Cardinal Donald Wuerl apologized for errors in his judgment, but parishioners say his words aren't enough.
I mean, if this is his statement, it doesn't really cover what was unveiled in the Pennsylvania investigation.
That Pennsylvania investigation uncovered more than 300 predator priests, credibly accused of sexually abusing more than 1,000 child victims since 1947. The grand jury's report alleges Wuerl failed to deal with the priests while he was bishop in Pittsburgh between 1988 and 2006. On Sunday morning, the cardinal called for transparency and renewed accountability. But as Wuerl pushes for engagement, parishioners are pressuring him to step down.
He should resign. Just because you didn't mean to do something doesn't mean that there weren't terrible consequences for lots of people.
I'm Kim Hutchinson reporting.
Well, do you ever wonder if your medications are the real deal? The FDA now warning that it's seeing a major rise in fake prescriptions. Ahead at 5, a new app designed to give you peace of mind before you pop your pill. And fees with flying starting to rise across the board. What United is now charging you more for when you pick its airline. State's on your side with a health alert that could make you want to clear out your medicine cabinet. The FDA is warning it's seeing a lot more counterfeit medicine. Matt Markovich with our sister station shows us how a Seattle company has co-developed a way for you to tell if your pills are real or fake.
In an effort to save money, many people are trying to get their prescription meds from online pharmacies. And the FDA estimates there are tens of thousands of them all around the world. But are they really legit on what they're selling? Like this is Cialis in Bitcoin. But is that a counterfeit or is it the real thing?
I got this from a pharmacy in Hong Kong.
Soon, one company says anyone will be able to check their meds wherever they got them to see if it's the real thing and its dosage using Veripad.
And I'm going to get it in a place where I can spread the ingredients across our pad here.
It's a chemically sensitive card. When covered with the drug and placed in water, forms a mosaic of color cues in 3 minutes. And those color cues are looking for certain markers?
Exactly.
Take a picture of the card using the Veripad app and you'll get an answer back.
It's a yes or no, and it's a dosage of the ingredient.
Starting at $1 per card, and with 60 mainstream prescription drugs in its database, more being added every day, Veripad says it will also help regulators track where counterfeit drugs came from if a user chooses to do so.
With the increased costs in healthcare and the increased access to medications kind of in this global, this online world, there's a lot less regulation that's happening.
We found no independent verification of Veripad's claims, but it shows promise. It's estimated only 5% of online pharmacies are regulated, so that killer online deal may be just that, a fatal one, unless you can verify, and that's what this technology is all about.
LegitScript, a drug industry website, estimates 96% of online pharmacies do not follow legal guidelines for dispensing prescription drugs. United is following JetBlue's lead, the airline now raising the price for you to check your bags. The first bag for most United flights will now cost you $30. That's up from $25. And your second bag will be $40 instead of $35. United says the increase will allow it to invest in what is called the overall customer experience. But if you have Mileage Plus Premier status in United's loyalty program, or if you buy your ticket with an eligible Mileage Plus credit card, your bags will still be checked for free.
Now, from the Oklahoma Ford Storm Center, your first warning forecast.
Good evening. It has been a beautiful Labor Day weekend. Taking a look outside, this is our view to the west from our KTUL camera. Some puffy cumulus clouds. Those have been all over northeast Oklahoma today. Now, we've only been warming up into the 80s. Currently in Tulsa, it's 89 degrees, but folks, factor in the humidity, and we're feeling like 95. Not so bad, though, but what's really helping you out there is going to be that breeze coming from the southeast, very steady, 14 miles per hour here in Tulsa. But if you're up there in Ponca City, 22-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so very breezy out there. Now, it's feeling good. Check out our temperatures. Many of us are in the 80s. In fact, Sallisaw is only at 83. That's because we had a pop-up shower in Sequoia County. Now, though, everything is dry. We do still have some severe storms in western Oklahoma. Here in Green Country, though, staying nice and dry. But we do have potential for rainfall overnight tonight. Nothing severe, just a chance for some pop-up showers. And then we're going to be cooling down into the 70s by tomorrow morning. I know a ton of folks are planning on grilling or heading out to the lake. Tomorrow, we're only going to be warming up to about 85 degrees, and we've got chances for scattered storms throughout the afternoon. Let's time out your Labor Day. Starting our day off cloudy and cool in the lower 70s, 73 here in Tulsa, 71 in Okmulgee. Now we can expect to see those showers pop up around 2:30 in the afternoon. You see some pop-up showers south of Bristow. Now by the heat of the day, we're only going to be warming up into the mid 80s, and that's when we're going to see our showers become a little more widespread, but that cloud cover is going to remain throughout the entire day. And folks, we have a whole lot of rain in the upcoming week. It's because of our next weather maker. We've got this low pressure system out west giving us moisture, especially with the tropical moisture, and that's going to allow us to have storms in the beginning part of this week. Now we are expecting this low pressure system to push to the northeast, but that's when we get our next weather maker. Potential tropical cyclone 7, believe it or not, does have the potential of impacting us here in Tulsa. It's expected to become Tropical Storm Gordon by Monday, on Tuesday making landfall in Louisiana, and then making its way into Oklahoma by early on Friday morning as a tropical depression. But this will be bringing us even more rainfall for the next weekend. Now through Tuesday, we can expect to see over an inch of rain, but then when you factor in that second round, some places can see up to 3 inches, over 3 inches in Ponca City. So Angelica, it is going to be a very wet week ahead, but we need it. We're 5 inches below where we should be for this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. We need that. Thanks, Caroline. Everyone loves free food. Chick-fil-A offering you the chance to score some free chicken nuggets. How you can cash in on this deal next. It's about to be even easier for you to run to Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts adding a voice ordering feature through Alexa. Seems pretty simple. Just say, Alexa, order from Dunkin' Donuts, then pick what you want. But according to Engadget, you have to be a Dunkin' Perks reward member and have an app linked with Amazon. Then you can place your order every morning and grab it on your way to work. You'll want to free up some space on your phone for this. From now until September 29th, Chick-fil-A is offering free orders of chicken nuggets to everyone who creates an account or signs into its updated app. This giveaway is for regular and grilled 8-count nuggets. This Chick-fil-A app available in the Apple Store and as well as Google Play. All 3 of our college football teams opened up their season with a win. TJ was there for 2 of them and has a recap from each coming up in sports.
The Tulsa's Channel 8 Sports Desk, powered by your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
They moved the ball on a lot of people, but just didn't feel like they played anybody the caliber of a Power 5 conference team.
Oh boy, some strong words from OU defensive coordinator Mike Stoops saying Florida Atlantic had a good offense, but not good enough to scare the Sooners. Not often the Sooner defense gets to talk some smack, but they earned that right yesterday. A dominant performance on that side of the ball, shutting out the Owls in the first half. Really just a dominant performance all the way around. Even the special teams getting in on the act with a blocked punt. Recovered for a touchdown. You see it right here. 63-14, the final score over Lane Kiffin's bunch. Really not much to complain about. Rodney Anderson, he only carried it 5 times, but racked up 100 yards and a touchdown. As we talked about yesterday as well, Kyler Murray, solid. 9 of 11 for 209 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He broke off a highlight reel run where he traveled about 95 yards for just a 20-yard gain. But what stood out to me the most was his presence in the pocket.
He's not necessarily looking to run. If it's there, he's certainly going to do it and can be dangerous. But, one of the most dangerous things that a quarterback can do is extend plays and then, still keep the throw alive.
I trust the guys up front. We got a great O-line. And our guys outside are going to get open. I don't think you're going to guard them for very long. So, that's my job to sit in there and deliver the ball.
I misspoke. Rodney Anderson had 2 rushing touchdowns. That's 2 rushing touchdowns. He did a great job, in my opinion, Kyler Murray did, going through progressions and not forcing the ball into tight windows. Those were 2 things that I was really interested in seeing there. Over at H.A. Chapman Stadium last night, the Golden Hurricanes surviving a scare from one of the better teams at the FCS level. Tulsa trailed Central Arkansas by 3 early in the 4th quarter, but a touchdown pass from Luke Skipper to Owasso alum Cole Neff and a short touchdown run from former Union Redskins Shamari Brooks propelled Philip Montgomery's boys to a 38-27 season opening win. Likely not the score they were looking for, but still 1-0 on the year. And from a few days ago, which seems like a year now, the Oklahoma State Cowboys also opening their 2018 campaign with a victory over Missouri State, 58-17, the final there. Justice Hill, much like Rodney Anderson for the Sooners, got a limited amount of touches, but was impressive. 125 yards and a TD on 10 carries. Taylor Cornelius tossed 5 touchdowns in his first start, but Coach Gundy wasn't all that impressed.
I just thought he missed too many throws. In my head, I thought he missed 6 throws that normally he hits. His mental part, I thought, was good. He just missed some throws.
Not sharp enough for Coach Gundy. Cornelius did miss some deep balls that were open, so I'll be curious to see if he gets better at that as the season progresses.
Yeah, something to look out for.
No doubt, absolutely.
So, Labor Day tomorrow, folks are going to be outside, enjoying the weather. What can we expect?
So the good news is it's not going to be quite as hot as we usually have, but we do have rain chances, especially after 2 p.m., Angelica.
All right, thanks, Caroline. And thanks for joining us tonight. Our coverage continues online at KTUL.com. We'll see you at 10. Have a good night.